But the day of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai shall come as a thief in the night, will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening to the coming of the day of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, wherein the elements being on fire shall be dissolved. Wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rachak Kadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone and well, laboring the word and doctrine, shalom and in peace. May that be to the elect. That was 2 Peter chapter 3, from the 10th verse to the 12th. And that's the whole idea. What are we trying to be? Where are we trying to get to? Because we're aware of prophecy. We're aware of all these things. Similarly, like Apostle Paul wrote to the Corinthians, you have no need that I write unto you, right, concerning the day of the Lord, because you know that it comes as a thief in the night. Forgive me, it might be the Thessalonians. Look that up, fact check it. Be as the church of Thessalonica, right? More noble than them in church of Berea, right? So checking every day whether the things were so in the scripture. They weren't just taking the word, right? But Apostle Paul spoke. You have no need that I write unto you, because you know that the Lord comes as a thief in the night. I believe it's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 5. So knowing this, right, you don't need to be reminded, you don't need to be warned about prophecy when you know it. It's good to go over it, but in terms of the context I'm speaking, an introduction, you don't need that, right? Because you pass that level, mostly. So knowing that these things are happening, once you know, what do you do, right? How do you conduct yourself? Knowing all of these things, what manner of persons ought we to be? Right? Ought we to be in the spirit of living it up, eating pork, drinking strong drink, the ways of the world. There's nothing wrong with drinking strong drink, really. But if you have to maintain a level of sobriety, scripturally, spiritually, and for certain people, it's not expedient. There's a scripture, I believe it's in Sirach Ecclesiasticus, where it says, prove what is, try things, prove what is right for your soul, and once you find what's evil for your soul, give not yourself unto it. So there's laws on specifically drink offerings. For the Pesach, we have a mandatory drink of wine. Yahushua said, as much as you do this in remembrance of me. So there's a mandatory thing. There's certain drink offerings that we would do in them times. But then you have liberty, right? So you're allowed, you're given permission to use alcohol if you want to, strong drink if you want to. But then there's certain times it says, to him that knows to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. So if you know you're more inclined to sinful thoughts and desires when you're having literal physical strong drink, then give not yourself unto it. You're setting yourself up to fail. You know what to do, but you're not doing it. To him that knows to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. So it's not a sin to drink. If you're aware it's setting you up for failure, then you have to reconsider. So looking for and hastening to the coming of the day of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. How ought we to be? How ought we to be behaving? What example are we setting? Because the example is being set. You just have to follow it, man. The example of Yahushai is being set. The example of followers of Yahushai is being set. Apostle Paul said, follow me even as I follow HaMashiach. And certain people say, see, that's that Paul, that's that, Paul you shouldn't listen to Paul. Well, Paul, he was doing what he was commanded of Yahushua, and he did it well. The majority of the New Testament, as it's so called today, was either written or authored. Oh, sorry, not authored. It was either scribed for Apostle Paul or he wrote it himself. A lot of the New Testament, so-called as it's called today, the writings, the epistles, the majority of the books known as New Testament, Matthew to Revelation, Apostle Paul had something to do with. Right, so there's nothing wrong with following someone that's following Yahushua righteously. Then it goes back to, well, are you not following? Put it back in the Old Testament context for them that don't get it. You're not following Moses because you follow someone that was delegated responsibility from Moses. Well, if they're doing right, that's what Moses told them, and Moses was told correctly of the Lord, there's nothing wrong with that. Right? There's always been order. 1 Corinthians 14:40, let all things be done decently and in order. Right? We're heading back to that 1 Thessalonians 5. You don't have need that we write unto you about script prophecy, for you know that day comes a thief in the night. So it's knowing that, how we're behaving. Are we behaving in a manner that any time that Yahushua comes back is going to be pleased with what we're doing, or are we doing works that are not a pattern of good works, like a young man is taught to maintain a pattern of good works. That's a key part of pattern, right? You can't just do one good work and go, well, I've done a good work. Like they teach you that you can do whatever you want. You just sprinkle dirty Flint, Michigan water up on your head, and you clean, you cleanse. You can do no wrong in the Lord's eyes. I don't work like that. That's symbolic, that washing of water. True washing of water is by the word, right? Ephesians 5:26, Psalm 119:9. Right? Wherewithal should a young man cleanse his way by taking heed thereto according to thy word. John 15:3. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. That's the true baptism. We have to cleanse, we have to cleanse, we have to cleanse. We're in a season of cleansing. Right? Every day we get closer. Right? The Lord's gonna get ready to cleanse. And I mean with fire. How you did in call it school, college, with a Bunsen burner, and to purify something, use a flame. You might have a metal needle, and or what do you call it, inoculating loop. You heat it with fire to sanitize it. Right, so now is the season. The Lord's looking to clean, to cleanse, to purify. And He's going to do it by fire. He said He's not going to flood the earth with water anymore. Again, we never said I will flood it with fire, right? So we're in a time of judgment, a time of bug-outery, so just stay prayed up, stay fasting, stay doing the things necessary as a follower of Yahushua HaMashiach, if that's what you seek to do. If you want to be a demon, you can be a demon. You have liberty to be a demon, right? But when it's all said and done, them that are on the side of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai will prevail. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Ruach HaKodesh. Shalom.